Welcome back to another episode of In the Bloom of It All.
In the bloom of it all. Oh, yeah. I'm Cheyenne Montgomery,
And I'm Tyree Montgomery.
and today we're going to be diving a little bit deeper into self-care and what that looks like long term. So we're going back to how we even saw ourselves at the beginning, talking about body image, what we grew up around, body standards, health. When did health really start to kick in and like, oh, I need to take care of myself and those kind of things. So we'll get more into that in just a little bit, but we're excited to be here.
We are.
Excited for another episode. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for participating, both visually, so on YouTube and through audio.
Yes.
So we thank you guys for still tagging along with us.
For the subscribes, for the likes, for the downloads, and the comments, and the DMs. We appreciate all of it. Also, we appreciate, I've gotten a few where people have shared with me that they posted
Oh, nice.
episodes and shared their feedback on how it's helping them. So we appreciate that. So please keep those coming.
Yes.
If you do share, tag us and we will reshare it onto our page.
Absolutely. So let's get started and let's dive into this topic for today.
When we were talking about this topic, you were mentioning also how comparison, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, comparison shows up sometimes when it's regarding your body image. And when you're looking at the big scheme of, how the world perceives you, your
Yep.
friends perceive you. And then, like you said, earlier you're mentioning looking in the mirror. Yeah.
One of the things that we want to talk about today, because we kind of go over some of the topics briefly about like what is going on currently. What is something that we're currently just been thinking about, or from between the last week's episode, and what are some ideas that just kind of pop up, and then that's kind of how our planning process is. And we're like, okay, well, what's been tugging at you? So then we can kind of turn that into an episode. But what you're saying too was like comparison and how like our bodies are our stories. We how we take care of ourselves, what we put into ourselves, the hobbies that we do, the places that we go, the people that we interact with. Our body is telling a story.
Right.
And sometimes in the health aspect, your body could be telling you a lot and we probably could be ignoring those symptoms. If you're constantly having headaches, if you're constantly having back pain, or experiencing certain things that you're like, okay, we may push away and be like, oh, this is normal. I've been experiencing this for the past couple of days. I've always felt like this. This is how I felt. But that doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
So being able to listen to your body and focusing on those things where it's just like, you know what, I'm actually tired today. What is that? What could this be extension from? So there's the health aspect of it, and then there's also the body image of it, of like, oh, my body's not looking how I want it to look.
Like if you're bloated and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like I'm bloated and I'm not looking the way I want to look, or it's like certain things that used to fit don't fit no more, and you're like, this is my favorite top. These are my
Right.
favorite jeans. These are the
Right.
jeans that make me feel confident, and now I can't get into them. Now there's a shift in that.
Yeah.
So that self-image, but in that way, it's like sometimes you're like, oh, I can't fit into my favorite jeans. Maybe I need to get back to working out. Like finding that health and body image balance, but not letting it take over at the same time.
Right. Course correct. So
Yes.
like seeing yourself in maybe a video or pictures and you're just like, So I'm thinking like when you think about comparison, you may be comparing to yourself.
Yep.
At a different season in your life. And maybe that was a time where you were thriving. You're like, you know what, I was really doing well. My body felt good. I was
Yep.
more active. I remember I was really doing a lot of things. And that's the sign that if you're doing a lot, then therefore your body might have been in a really good space. So you may compare yourself to a time. Like, what was I doing differently then?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I had that gym membership and I was being more consistent, or I got that new water bottle. So I was always filling it up and drinking my water or getting more rest because I didn't have so many demands in my life at that time.
Yeah.
So that might have been a good season. And it's okay to be like, okay, not to beat up on yourself about it because times changed. like you were saying, your body tells a story,
Yeah.
and it's telling you, hey, maybe you're doing a little too much in this season, and we're a little tired,
Yeah.
and we need to like reassess what we're doing.
And that could be why you may have fallen off from being that consistent, because you probably like, oh, I was going a little too hard. I jumped in and I was ready, because you have those spurts where you're like, I'm ready to do this
On
thing.
fire.
I'm ready. I'm motivated. I
Yep.
got all the stuff. I got the good food in the fridge. I got
The
all
cute
the,
fitness outfits.
like I got all the stuff to make me feel like, oh, I can do this and be consistent. And then somewhere down the line, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
I think I did a little too hard on the stairs today. I'm tired. I'm a little burnt out. And then we're like, okay, now it's been 3 weeks.
Right.
I need to get back into it. But that's also part of it, is like listening to your body. Your body is telling you, hey, we are tired.
It's give and take.
We are tired.
progress.
We may need a little bit of rest in between here. Like we happy that we getting the blood circulating.
Right.
But just know your knees is not how your knees used to be. So please take it easy in this area. Stretch a bit more.
And you also learn your level of tolerance. Like you get in the gym, it's a process, and you're like, okay, I'm going to commit to this. But if you haven't done it, and I know I'm speaking for myself, I was told to get on the stairs, that little Stairmaster thing, and it helps with your back and your glutes. And I may have went on that for maybe 2.6 seconds and a third. And I was like, I'm not there yet. Because your muscles and your legs are not at a place where you can actually jump in at the reps maybe you've seen in the video, or the reps that someone that you know told you to do because it's working for them. You may need just 1.6 seconds instead of just do it for like maybe 5 minutes instead of, or a minute. Maybe you're not there yet. So to give yourself that grace, because the worst thing can happen. Like I remember back when I was doing the insanity workout.
Oh yeah.
I was going hard.
Sean T was sweating.
Yeah, and he was such a motivator. I mean, like,
Get up.
You got it.
You got it.
I see you. I know he can't see me, but I was just like, you see me. I'm doing it.
I be waking up and it be like 7 in the morning. I'm like, what is going on down there? I just hear huffing
I had
and
all the stuff.
I'll be like, is she okay? Right before school, I'm like, I'm gonna get dressed.
Because I had a routine. I got up literally at 6 in the morning. I made my protein shake, my recovery shake is what it's called. And then I also prepped my food the day before. So I had my little meals. I was so disciplined. And I did it every morning. It felt so good because the rest of the world was still sleeping. At least that was my perspective. And it was just me and Shanti and them.
Me and Shanti and the crew.
We was going at it. But the thing I liked about that program is that I didn't have to go to a gym. I got really effective results. But the piece in the beginning, it kind of shows you how to gradually get into it by testing your ability, like how many sit-ups, how many push-ups you can do. And then you're also doing that. Every week you're going, how many push-ups can I do now? And I saw myself get up to so many reps. It was like, whoa, this is really changing my level of endurance, my muscle strength. It wasn't just about the weight. Now, I didn't even really notice the weight loss until my cousin had an event and she got everybody t-shirts and I had to wear a small. Girl, that's exactly when I fell off. Because I got so excited.
Like, I did it. I'm
here. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And then next you know, I was into all of the visual pieces of my body, going to get the clothes. And it was just, I fell off a little bit by little. It's like I got comfortable. So, I mean, it did really well for my health. It did enormous for my confidence. But yeah, I just should have just stayed in that zone and letting it just be a daily, just a daily part of my life, which is what it was at first. But yeah, I did start kicking higher, and then I ended up hurting my leg or my knee. It was something I hurt because I was trying too hard. I was like, oh, I got those results. I'm about to really, time to turn it up. And then it was just like, But yeah, that was a season where I was doing Weight Watchers at the same time too. So it was like double, it was really good.
Yeah. For me, I say like, even going back to when I was younger, I've always been very small. I was like really skinny and just really just petite
You
overall
were.
for majority of my life. I was just a very small
I thought it was going
kid.
to always be like that.
Yeah, I remember like just seeing myself and comparing myself to like family members. And I was just like, I don't have these features. I'm entering like high school and now I'm about to go into college and I'm still a size 2 0. Like I'm so small. And to
You were like
me,
a negative at
yeah,
one
it was
point.
like
Minus
double
one.
zero or like something like that for so long. And I was just like certain things just didn't look how I wanted to look on me. I felt very boxy as well. And it's just like I saw what else was going on. Mind you, this is the exact same time when the whole like slim thick,
Oh,
everybody,
the slim thick era.
Miss Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, BBLs and body, and that became like the goal or like the standard, and everybody's doing the waist
Trainers
trainers and
stuff.
stuff. And I'm like, me being in high school and seeing that on like social media and like YouTube and stuff, and it's just like, yep, I don't look like that. Not even a little bit. Not even close. Not close at all. And so to me, it was just like, dang, then I must not be attractive. I must not be this or that and the other. Though I was athletic, I had an athletic body. I was doing sports all the time. So my body shape was tailored to the exercises and workouts that I was doing then, which wouldn't be the same if you're trying to tone and get a certain look or image. Like those body shapes in some ways are achievable, give or take the BBL. Like that's probably not gonna
Right.
happen. But on the more general level, like yes, you do more squats, you do certain things to achieve certain looks. Like if you want to lift up your butt, you do certain exercises. But I was like, I didn't even have boobs. I was like, I was still wearing an A cup, and I was like, I don't even have the things that I would consider myself to be a woman. I felt teenagers for so long. I was like, I don't have boobs.
And then people keep telling you
Yeah,
you're
it's just
looking
like
12, and
you
you're
look
just like,
small. Like going to Camry, and they were like, "Oh, so your younger sister needs to check in," and she's like, "I am the younger sister," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am the older sister." So it didn't help.
yeah.
It didn't help, and like those are innocent mistakes. People who don't know me, obviously they wouldn't know that, but to me, I was just like, this just reaffirms what I already was thinking of myself, and wasn't going to look for it.
Right.
They're just saying it. And so I'm like, okay, that's not helpful. They're like, oh, you're so small, just such an itty bitty waist. And I'm like, that's not what I want though.
Right. People just don't know what other people are going through and what they're thinking. So it can come off really insensitive
Yeah.
because people just say what they want to say, but not knowing that a person could be truly struggling with their own self image or something that they're working on.
Yeah.
That's kind of repelling them from the progress.
And like,
Yeah.
I was trying to eat more. And not only was I eating more because I was running track. So I was like, I'm already hungry because I'm burning so many calories from running and doing all these exercises. And I try to eat more, and I'm like, this is not working. My stomach hurts because I'm overstuffing myself because I want to, I don't know, bulk up or something. But it just wasn't working. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was balancing on like 110 pounds to 115 pounds for forever. And I was just like, I just have a very teenager looking body, and it didn't make me feel comfortable. And then I want to say around like the pandemic, everybody's at home, nobody's really doing nothing. You're just watching TV, just trying to just hunker down. And I was like, oh wow, I'm a B cup. I'm moving up in the world. This is fantastic.
Right.
I was like, this is great. I said, the jeans are actually tight. I remember I used to put my jeans in the dryer just because I wanted them to have a more tighter fit to make it feel tighter on me. And after a while, I was just like, I don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
Wearing things to kind of give me a shape, high-waisted pants because I wanted some kind of curves. Like I was like really wanting a different body altogether because I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident in my body. Everywhere else, it seemed like the images or socials or whatever was kind of pointing to me that like, no, you're small and you're skinny, and that's just not, it's not it in a way. Whether that's exactly what they're saying or that's how I perceived it, it still didn't help at the same time. And then after a while, I started to gain more weight, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. Like I still want to work out and stuff, still want to go running and things, but I was starting to fill out my clothes. Like leggings were turning into pants when I was younger. Like
Mm-hmm.
they weren't tight to my body at all. They were
Yeah.
very loose. I was like, even leggings or like workout clothes were loose. Even though they were my size, it was a small.
Yeah.
It was still just like they weren't fitting. So I didn't feel good in my body in that way. And
I didn't know you felt like that then.
yeah, I was like, it was, and then, family at times would be like, oh, you need to put more meat on your bones. Like, you're so small. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not helpful,
Mm-hmm.
and then you kind of have to just like brush it off because I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's family. They mean well, but certain sayings carry weight. Certain
Yeah, it
sayings
does.
add to my body story, add to how I view myself.
Especially being that it's family and you trust family are telling you
Mm-hmm.
what is true and you value family's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear family say that, I mean, I'm glad that you were able to see that they didn't mean any harm,
Mm-hmm.
but in the moment, it just hits different.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, I know their intentions as well. Like,
yeah.
it's just things that they say and, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But the impact at the same time was like, well, that just kind of reaffirms what I was already thinking with
Mm-hmm.
myself. But over time, I was like, okay, I'm starting to gain more weight. I'm starting to feel better, starting to feel more confident in my body. And like, I finally have the features that I been wanting. I
Mm-hmm.
look like a woman. I didn't feel like that. I
Yeah.
was like, I felt like I was a 12-year-old kid and I was 18, going
Yeah.
on 20. 22, I remember I was walking to work and I was like working during the summer. I was out of college at the time, like in between college for the summer. And this lady was walking down the street. She's like, don't you need to be at school? And I was like, nope, I don't. I'm on my way to work. She said, work? How old are you? I was like, 22. She said, oh, you don't look a day over 15. I said, wow. Thanks.
Yeah. And some would say that's a
Thank you.
compliment. But
But
when you're younger, you don't really look at it that way
mm-mm.
because your goals and the things that you desire for yourself look a lot different.
I was like, I am of drinking age. I am an adult. I have bills, and you still think I'm 15. That
Yeah.
doesn't make me feel good.
Mm-mm.
I was like, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that very much. But I will say, when I started to look at myself in the mirror, I still kind of saw myself as being that smaller person.
Mm.
And the term like body dysmorphia and things like
Mm-hmm.
it is very real.
It is. It is.
You may think, oh, like I look still really small, and then you see other pictures and you be like, oh, I'm actually not small at all.
Mm-hmm.
Or you be like, I look really big, in the mirror, and then you see pictures and be like, oh, I actually look slimmer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like kind of feeding the side you want to see.
Mm.
If you want more positive results, be more positive to yourself. If you
Mm-hmm.
want more negative, feed into all the stuff that's out there that's telling you
It's
that
in
it's not enough.
abundance.
Like it's there, and it's if you
Mm-hmm.
want it, you don't have to look very hard to find it.
This is true.
But if you want positive things, it is going to take more to do that because you're trying to balance it out. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just need to turn it off.
And I think just hearing you now, like I said, I wasn't aware to that extent. It's just an enlightenment for moms, parents to be able to check in with your kids. Doesn't mean just how was your day, what'd you do at school. It's more like how are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how are things going? Like is there anything that you would like to talk to mommy about, or you know,
Mm-hmm.
just I just feel like I wish, well, not wish, but because I'm sure we did check in different times,
Yeah.
but that's just an added piece of, um, yeah, I guess you say you wish you could go back,
Yeah.
but I also am a firm believer that we go through the things that we need to go through to help us to be better,
Mm-hmm.
to strengthen us in ways that we're not aware because God knows the plan. He knows the big picture. Um, and he's sovereign. He's with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you were able to pull through that, even when we're not, as parents, able to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Um, God is always going to be there in a way that we didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
But He covered you and He kept you for you to get to a place today. And you can look back on that and say, wow, I knew that people didn't mean it in a
Mm-hmm.
negative way, but I do understand that it requires me to speak positive into myself to make sure I don't revert to what the world says, but to know for me, this is what I need to continue to stay encouraged. So I can't take the credit for that.
Yeah.
So I know God was with you, but it still makes me, even in this moment, it makes me a little sad. Like,
Yeah.
dang, well, I didn't, you know.
And I think also to that too is like our journeys were different. You know, I'm over here trying to gain weight, you were trying to lose weight, and to, you know, so what our goals were very different.
So to have that conversation, probably like
Yeah,
she
she's
won't
like,
really understand
I was like,
because
I don't
she's trying to
know, you
lose.
know, there's a possibility. I wouldn't say that was like my actual like definitive like opinion and why I wouldn't come to you with
Okay.
that. It wasn't like that. It was probably just like, oh, maybe subconsciously it's like, we're on a different path, you know? Like you said, you're doing, you know, insanity and like, you know, Weight Watchers and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm over here trying to eat this burger. This burger is going to be mine. I don't care about the points.
Yeah.
Large fry,
Right.
please.
Supersize it.
Milkshake.
Right.
Like I
Heavy
want
on the shake.
all the things that you were literally trying to like take a break from and eat in portions.
Right.
I'm like, I'll take the rest, please. Thank you. Double portions of mac and cheese. I
Yeah.
want it.
I dealt with the body dysmorphia as well because I remember specifically when I had lost a lot of weight, and I did start buying new clothes. I had went to the mall one day and I was trying on these skirts, and I told myself when I came in, I said, you know what? I'm gonna try on these skirts. I'm going to the smallest section, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna put them on to see how it fits. It was to see how far up my legs it would
Yeah.
actually go, because I know before that wouldn't even go up my legs at all. And when I was able to slide that thing on, button it, and zip it up, something happened. When I looked in the mirror in that dressing room, it scared me. And before then, I didn't know what people meant by that, when they were just like, they still see a larger person.
Yeah.
Or a small person still sees the really small person, like they don't realize they've gained. And I took it off and I got out of there.
She
I
said,
and
she said, throw the skirt. I'm
because I was
gone.
like, I don't know her. And it's hard to fathom that you're working for this, working so hard to get better in shape and to be healthier, but to get into that space and you're like, yeah, that's like
The
that's,
mental space of it all.
yeah. They're like, it's a celebratory moment. You should be buying yourself something to treat yourself. And instead, I was like, drop everything. I'm not ready yet. And when I got home, and on my way home, I remember I cried because I was just like, why am I not okay? And it was just like it happened so fast.
Yeah.
I didn't get to catch up to it. And I embraced it later. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt really good about it. But in that moment, it was just like, what is happening? Where have I been? It's almost having like, who is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it definitely is real for both. If you're larger and you're trying to lose, or if you're smaller and you're gaining. Yeah.
I was like, it's a journey in itself. But like you said, like you had struggles with that of just like, did I even lose the weight? Like, is it real? Like, is that
this
even
real?
did that
Yeah.
something even happen? And then for me, I had the same way of like, did I even gain weight? I don't even know most days. You know, and it's just like there are times where I felt like that, and there's other times where I was like, nope, I still feel very small. Like I feel little. Like there's still the little skinny version of me that's inside of me. There is just like
Because she was with you for so
for
long.
so long, and so it is an unlearning. Like when you're getting to know your body in different stages and different ages of your life, like your body changes, not only from like puberty and things like that, but like once you hit a certain age, metabolism slows down. Things start to kick in a little bit differently. You build up random intolerances out of nowhere. And I was like, I think I may have mentioned that before, but like I ended up getting, learning I was allergic to movie theater popcorn.
Yeah.
I said, this is the most random thing to possibly just have an intolerance to. Like, that's just not something I would have thought of.
Yeah.
And I think for me, of the information that's at the top, or when you're doing research or asking those questions in Google or finding the actual like mentors and stuff around, there's not enough conversations about like in the ways that your body changes, and where it's just like, what do you mean I can't eat pineapples anymore? Because like, oh well, pineapples actually, you have an allergic reaction to it all of a sudden. y'all didn't tell me I was gonna stop liking my favorite foods or like certain things.
Right.
Like,
Or that could happen.
yeah, that could happen. Like that's a thing, and being aware of it and not taking it as like, oh, there's something wrong with me. But I'm like, oh, this is a natural process. It happens to most people, and it's easy to kind of internalize it. Like, this is just happening to me. This is only happening to me. Like, my body is not doing what I want it to do, rather than adjusting and be like, this is my new body now. How do I move forward? How do I take care of this version? And, to transition from like, well, this is the version that I knew. I'm still learning. It's not going to stay in one way for so long. It's going to change. And I have to be able to adapt to that change and welcome it and still take care of it, embrace it, and love myself in every single phase.
I agree. I know there was a period of time where I went through a weird breakout on my face. And it started first when I was in high school. And just one day, it was just like these light spots on my face just started popping up. And the only way I could really describe what it looked like to me was like someone had dropped a light version of some sort of acid and it left white. Not white, but really, really light pink, like little marks on my face. And I didn't know how to deal with it because I didn't see it on anyone. I was still really young. And when I went to my mom about it, everybody said, go to get some cocoa butter, So, I did the cocoa butter stick. I did the things that I knew that was within my reach because back then you weren't just getting on Google to find out stuff or go to YouTube back then. But I can't even remember what was the fix, but it got better and it went away. And when I think back, it's so funny, it just popped in my mind right now. When I was about 5, I couldn't wear sleeveless shirts because I had really light spots on my arms. And it was just like I didn't have any melanin in certain spots. And it wasn't itchy, it wasn't anything like that. But my mom took me to the doctor and they were like, offer all these different creams. And then we went to this one doctor, and the doctor said she doesn't need anything but sunlight.
Shout out to the Pacific Northwest.
Right. So I was avoiding wearing sleeveless shirts because of the appearance and how people would make, the kids can be like really cruel. I didn't want them making fun of me at school and stuff, so I didn't wear them because of that. But the very thing that I needed to fix the problem, I was avoiding. So I had heard that from the doctor, and something about the doctor explaining it helped me get over the fact that kids may say stuff, I don't care, but this is going to only be for a little while.
Yeah.
If I let the sun get to it, it'll fix it. So luckily we went into the summer, and my mom got me sleeveless shirts, and lo and behold, I was in the sun, and over time I saw it getting darker and darker to the point where it eventually matched my skin tone. It was evened out. And so when we get to the point about my face, I was thinking, did I need sun?
Like, do I just need to just stay in the sunlight for a little while?
I was really thinking about that. But your face is always exposed. I wasn't wearing makeup and stuff like that back then. In the 90s, we weren't really heavy on the makeup, maybe lip gloss and stuff, so I couldn't blame it on makeup in its entirety. But what I ended up realizing was that I wasn't heavy on makeup, but someone did introduce me to some powder makeup. And it's like the finishing powder that people use today.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the makeup stand. I won't say the name of the brand, but we were at Nordstrom's, and you would go in and they would just do stuff, whatever. So that makeup was drying me out because what I had to learn was everybody's skin is different. I had a very high oily base skin and it needed more moisture. I didn't know. I'm thinking, oh, it's oily.
So
then they dry it out.
Yeah.
I should have stuck to not wear makeup. So that's what ended up happening in that situation. I was using it here and there, not a lot because I was just being introduced, which is why I kind of forgot about it. And then after a while, I was just like, what is going on? What is causing this? So when I stopped using it, it took a while to recover. And then I ended up using it again to test and see, and
Yeah.
it did it again. So yeah, that was like my first introduction to expensive makeup and learning about how to better take care of your skin. Not that I couldn't wear makeup.
But the prep that goes with it.
Yeah, and this was someone that was using this regularly. But what they didn't tell me is that they were using like a cream base underneath, and then they would put the powder on top. So yeah, that's a whole nother level of looking at your body, taking care of your body the way that it needs, and to do the deep dive into what you need to make sure that you don't look like acid being dropped on your face.
And I was like, it's so easy to be like, well, they got these results. Why can't I get those
And they
results?
looked amazing with it.
You know, it's like, but they did it. And I'm like, I did exactly what they did. I'm like, okay, but you are also different. Like, you may need a one extra step to just get the same results. It doesn't mean you can't have it.
Yeah. And
You
part of
just
that
gotta
was
do what's
popping my
right for you.
budget. Like I don't know all of the details because it's been a while, but I can imagine me saying, okay, you got that one and that one. Well, I'm going to start small because I don't even wear makeup. I'm going to just get that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could have been it. I don't really remember. So, and I don't even remember the person that it was. But I remember that situation, and that particular brand was very popular. A lot of celebrities were wearing it. And it was just fun to go in. It was my first time going into the mall and letting them like do stuff to my face. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And then, of course, when they get done, you buy something. So it's just like paying for them doing the makeup. And yeah, that didn't work. I said, why that lady didn't tell me? You can't wear this by itself because you dry out and you look like acid dropped on your face.
You need to combine it with something else.
That's a moment for education. Like, tell a girl what you need to do. But yeah.
Yeah, I think overall it's like what works for me, and it may not work for everybody else. But also just affirming in myself, like, you know what, this is a new stage. It is gonna be a little kind of like, I don't know, like, and that's a valid reaction, but not letting it go so far to where I'm like, oh, I don't like myself, or I don't, like,
Right.
stop. Like, soon as those thoughts or things start to sneak in, be like, nip it in the bud. Stop it. Nope, stop it. You've been through this before, just in it looks a little different. Same thing,
Yeah.
different day.
Test out some new things.
And it's okay. Like, if I'm learning more about myself as I get older, that is the point. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna feel different. I'm gonna look different. It's just I need to appreciate myself in each step. I'm giving myself grace. That's it.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, all in all, everybody has gone through their own evolution. I can think back when I was younger, and that's when Proactive
Oh yeah,
first came
I
out.
remember those proactive commercials. I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
I'm 12. Of course, I got acne. It's the whole point.
Process.
It's the whole point.
I had it so bad though. My sister used to be like, she used to call me Bumpy Road when we argue. She'd be like, connect the dots, connect the dots. So it was happening.
Tragic.
It was tragic. I felt like I had to put on a face like it didn't bother me, but it really bothered me because she was always coming for me with them same things. And I just thought those people look like and that's when it was on the infomercials at night.
That's when they be
Yeah.
splashed. Then it was the Neutrogena commercials as well for me. They had all the lines, the pink grapefruit, the infamous pink grapefruit strip with the little things on the inside, and then the commercial they splashed their face. I said, I did that, I almost drowned.
That did not work. I didn't feel the essence of all of that.
They lying.
But my mom was like, we're not getting that. It's too expensive. And we're going to get you some of those oxy pads. And you're going to just wipe that. And that's going to have to work. And you put some Vaseline on your face at night. Okay. Get you that cocoa butter stick. You still got your cocoa butter stick? Put that on your face. You be just fine. Then people don't know what they're talking about. And they don't look like you. They don't know.
They don't know.
So I didn't get the Proactive. But I did get it later in life when I was able to afford it for myself. And just what I found is it came down to just water.
Yeah, not having
Remove
enough water.
everything. Well, I mean, like washing my face with just water and not products. And that literally cleared my face up. And drinking water too. Not drinking juices and stuff like that. But I went through a lot. So when I look at somebody else's skin and I be like, oh my gosh, their skin's so pretty. I don't know what they went through.
Whole routine.
I don't know their regimen. I don't know.
20-step process.
They might have had really bad acne at some point
Yeah.
in their life. This is their glow season. Like, you don't know. So, no, I'm not going to compare. And then there's people that lose a lot of weight. I don't know what their process was. So I can't compare myself. I be in my own lane, in my own journey. Now, am I
that's all
like
you can
looking
do.
like, dang, that motivates me?
And that's
Yeah.
all you can do. It actually takes the pressure off when you stay on your lane. Like, the reality is, it's like, all right, I'm not looking at nobody else. Then I can just focus on me. And they're like, okay,
Right.
that makes it easier.
And someone might say you need to lose 50, 60 pounds. And then I'd be like, that won't look as good on me. Because I notice for me, when I lose a substantial amount of weight, a size, I didn't necessarily lose the weight, but my inches shrink.
Yeah.
So 50 pounds could be where she go. And I mean at my size right now, it wouldn't, but I mean like for some people, what they may think that that person needs to lose may not look as great, you know? So yeah, just taking care of ourselves. Having goals is good, but I think getting fixated on them or have like
Yeah.
objectives, I think are more healthy, you know, like what does healthy weight look like? So like your health goals is good, but I mean like if I'm just like I gotta look like that by that day,
Yeah.
that's never worked for me.
I'm like, nope. I end up
But get
falling
into
off.
that dress does.
Everybody has that item in their closet.
That thing.
There is that thing where it's just like, I know I'm gonna fit into this by next summer. Yep. Or like this is the item that will gauge my progress. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, every time I'm gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna have to keep going. Ooh, we got it down here. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Like
Right.
it's a motivator.
It is. It is. Like I told myself, this was like maybe 6 years ago. I was like, you can't have another Cheeto until you lose 50 pounds. I literally looked up and I had not had Cheetos in 6 years. So I had a bag a couple weeks ago. They were delicious. But I'm not back on the Cheeto wagon. I just treated myself because I know they're not good for me, and I'm very clear on that. But I did treat myself, and my counselor was my therapist was like, you know what? I'm so proud of you. I said, because I put that toxic stuff in my body. She said, no, Tyree, no. I'm proud of you because you didn't put limitations on yourself to do something that you really enjoy just for the moment.
Yeah.
She said, it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're right. But now all I keep thinking about is the next Cheeto moment. When we gonna link up again? And I'm in the grocery store walking past them like, no,
No.
you are not a part of my future. That's it. Yeah.
Well, we would love to learn more about your body story and how you've been able to make it through each season and every phase of your body and how you love yourself.
Yes.
Because we're still on that journey. That journey is continuing with every phase, and we're learning to love ourselves in every phase. So.
And we'll probably revisit this topic again.
Oh,
Where are we
yeah.
at now? What are the new things?
Plenty of layers, plenty of stories.
There's so much to add to this, but yeah, I think a takeaway for me is to have those conversations with your kids, check in with them as it pertains to their body, the way they feel, the way they look, as well as be gentle with your words when you're saying things to other people. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
You don't know how they're feeling about their bodies. And just because it's a saying and a thing to say, it doesn't always connect that way. So will it in.
Yeah.
But love yourself.
Love yourself. Give yourself grace. I said that is my overall takeaway. Is
Yeah.
giving yourself grace. Learning that you don't know everything about your body. And that's okay. Like that's not it. Everyone's still learning the same things like
Yeah.
at different times, so give yourself grace.
You're beautiful. You're enough. Your body is bodying. It's okay.
Okay.
You have the control to make change. And if you're in a situation where making that change is harder, still give yourself grace.
Yep.
You alive, you breathing, you have a purpose.
Yep.
and you are here another day.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Yes.
So thank you for spending time with us.
And remember, you're never on this journey alone.
And so until next time,
Have faith
and keep blooming.
and keep blooming.